You're welcome. So for me, it's important to understand what is a commons. And commons itself, it's a polysemous concept. But as a rule of thumb, I like to say that commons have to have the resource, the rules, and the community. There's no commons without community. And so, in order to take this concept into the urban spectrum, it would be, let's say, a place, an abandoned building, a place that has it's not being used at its full, that it's reclaimed by a community in order to give it back to the community at large, in order to develop different types of projects inside that allows for a participatory approach. L'Asilo, it's a commons, it's an urban commons in the city center of Naples, which was born from an occupation, but it started a process of liberation of the space in order to rent it, to give it back to the community. And today it's a polyfunctional space for the neutralization of means of production and spaces of production for the arts and culture. The history of Naples is very particular and it's filled with social movements and also artistic participation. But Asilo was the one who was the first commons to be reclaimed and to be liberated, because we are not talking about the traditional spots or occupations that we have in mind. This is a new institution. And thanks to this process of reclaiming the space and the right of use of the space, there was a whole movement that was sparked in Naples that allowed for other spaces to be reclaimed and liberated as commons. One of the innovations that sprout from this process of occupation was the idea of the civic and collective uses of these emerging commons. So it might sound a bit strange, but it's in a nutshell, it would be the
rehearsing.
we are being part of interdependence and creation of culture on the spot. So, in order for us to understand what a commons is or what this commons is, L'Asilo, we are having a theater to our left, a dance company to our right. We are now in a library, and in front of us there are two rooms that work as a digital archive for social movements. And the civic use, in a nutshell, is a right for collective enjoyment. From normally immobile property that can happen and that can be translated into different types of rights of enjoyment, for example, and which it was born from the use of agricultural lands. So we can have the right of hunting, grazing, sowing, in property that can belong to the state or that can belong to private. So the innovation happened when the community decided to take this old institution and modernize it and bring it today to the urban sphere. So this right was reclaimed and regained in these abandoned spaces, these abandoned buildings, in order to give it back to the community. But how did it happen? So these spaces were mainly abandoned or being underused by even though it started as an occupation. By the occupation, the doors were open in order for the city to regain the right of use of this space. And through the different assemblies and through different methods of participation, there was the articulation of the declaration of use of this space. So today, as we just witnessed, this space is used every day for the production of art and culture.